UFOs, life on Mars, and the ghost doorbell ringer mystery solved. What a weird week.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Weird.
Really weird tales.
Bigfoot eats out of my trash.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Hi, friends. I am Scott, and this show is What a Weird Week. If you're new here, we look back at the news of the week and we pick out the odd, the fun, the interesting stories. We do 10 of them in about 15 minutes, and you can get everything we talk about in more detail on the show notes page, which is shownotes.page. Shownotes.page. This is our show for Friday, September 12th, 2025. Here we go.
Number 10.
Number 10 is a wholesome story to get things rolling. The story about how we all, 92% of us have our favorite stuffed animal from when we were kids. This was a survey done by the folks at Build-A-Bear, where you can build a bear, make a stuffed animal. But still, 3,500 people or something responded to the survey, and 92% of us still have our favorite childhood stuffed animal. That's just a nice, wholesome story. Unless your childhood stuffed animal was haunted and, you still have it because it will not release you from its curse. In which case, sorry we brought it up.
Number 9.
Number 9, I guess we got to get into the UFOs in the news. I don't know if you really follow the UFO saga, but it's interesting. If you don't, my summation of how UFO news is going these days is every so often we have one of these things where witnesses will go and give evidence, testimony, answer questions to members of the government. This occurred recently in Washington, D.C. When you come away from that, you're like, do we believe the witnesses? Do we believe the government is hiding something? Do we believe the UFOs are alien technology? Do we believe they're interdimensional or from the Bible? Some people think that. Or are they our own technology that the government is trying to suppress? There are a number of questions. This latest hearing, the House Government Oversight Subcommittee hearing into UAP or UFOs, out of this comes a video that is supposed to be tremendous UFO evidence. A UFO gets shot at. A missile goes into the UFO and bounces off, is how a lot of people describe the video. I'll link to the video if you haven't seen it. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not very smart. I'm not a video analysis expert for sure. And these are just sort of like radar blobs almost or whatever, black and white video. I don't know what I'm looking at. And if it's supposed to be the best evidence for UFOs that we have lately, I guess I'll end on that note.
Number 8.
Number 8 is that incredible drama earlier this week over who is the richest person in the world. For a little while, we weren't sure. We were on unsteady ground about who is the richest person in the world because, it's locked in. It's Elon Musk. That's one of the things we can be sure of. We wake up every day, the sun comes up, and Elon Musk is the richest person in the world, $384 billion. But this week, Larry Ellison, the co-founder of the software company Oracle, his stocks went through the roof, and for a time on Wednesday, he was the richest person in the world with a net worth of $393 billion. By the time the markets closed on Wednesday, he was back down below Elon Musk as far as net worth. He's going to be okay. He still has a couple of bucks. He burned bright, he burned hot, and he burned fast. And now Elon Musk is once again the richest person in the world. You had a good run, Larry.
It was the biggest single-day wealth jump the world has ever seen. $101 billion added overnight. And the man behind this record-breaking leap? Larry Ellison, the co-founder of Oracle. The man surpassed Elon Musk and briefly became the world's richest man yesterday.
Number 7.
Number 7 is life on Mars? ? Life on Mars! ! They believe we have the strongest evidence yet for life on Mars, ancient life, and microbial life. I was hoping for Martian dinosaurs. They've proven Martian dinosaurs. Well, we're not there yet, but microbes. They think a rock sample that was obtained by the NASA Perseverance rover has been studied, and the findings released this week seem to indicate that there was microbial life many years ago on Mars. So the lead researcher is like, let's be cautious. I'm paraphrasing. Let's pump our brakes a little, but it does seem as though we're close to proving life on Mars once existed. And then I'm assuming we'll be cloning the Martian dinosaurs by next month. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist.
Number 6.
Number 6 is a world record that's a bit bonkers. You might be able to set this one this weekend, but again, bonkers.
3, 2, 1, go.
That is the sound of David Record Breaker Rush, the world record king, spitting out a ping pong ball, it bouncing against the wall, and then he's catching it in his mouth again. And he continues to do that. The world record for that is spitting the tennis ball 51 times in 30 seconds. So more than one a second, spitting it, catching it, spitting it again. It's, you know what? I said maybe you could try this one this weekend. I fear we will hurt ourselves if we try this one.
Number 5.
Number 5 is this fellow. That's a fellow named Christian who made headlines this week. The fastest 100 meters running backwards in high heels. He's wearing blue high heels. He's running very quickly backwards. And the record time is 16.55 seconds. If you're going to try this one, please be careful. You don't want to roll an ankle and you don't want to run backwards into, a cactus. It's just one example that I could think of off the top of my head. But if you want to see the video, we'll link to that in the show notes or click shownotes.page.
Number 4.
Number 4 is a mystery that got solved. I love a good mystery, but I love it a way more if it's solved. I love it when they solve the mysteries. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is number 4. So this happened in Germany, an apartment building where somebody kept ringing doorbells. It's late at night. Doorbells are getting rung, and then there's nobody there. The culprit is not triggering the motion sensor lights. So obvious, right? It's ghosts or something, band of ninjas roaming the neighborhood. Finally, they called the police about this. Finally, they figured out it was a slug crawling over the doorbells, ringing doorbells late at night. It was a slug. And the story says the officer was able to relocate the slug to a grassy area nearby.
Number 3.
Number 3 is this world record. This fellow, I debated putting this one in the show because, I don't know, it seems very dangerous to me, but it is a world record. Please do not attempt. That's the video. We'll link to this. It is a fellow who is on a motorcycle. He popped a wheelie. He's doing a wheelie on his motorcycle for nearly 1,000 feet, and he's holding the handlebar in his mouth. That's the world record. Steering with your mouth, essentially, while doing a wheelie for a long distance. That's not the official name of the world record, but that paints the picture. So many layers of danger in this one. You could wipe out. You could do some damage to your teeth. You could also develop some sort of taste for handlebars. And then that's an expensive, you're going to want to go out to restaurants, fine dining. Everyone's getting pasta and salads. And you're like, do you have any handlebars? There's a lot of things that could go wrong. Please do not attempt. Click the show notes if you want to check the video.
Number 2.
Number 2 is some mosquito research that made headlines this week. It's kind of funny. I mean, this could save lives, really, if they can figure out why mosquitoes bite some people more than others. And they can prevent that. Mosquitoes spread disease in a lot of parts of the world. Mosquitoes around here where I'm at, East Coast Canada, haven't been bad this summer because it's been so dry. But the autumn mosquitoes tend to be more aggressive, whatever species or whatever kind of mosquito comes out in the autumn. I have read that. This latest research on who gets bit more by mosquitoes. Interesting. They conducted it at a music festival. Concert goers who volunteered would stick their arm into like this enclosure that had mosquitoes. What they discovered was concert goers who had consumed beer and had enjoyed lovin' the night before got bit more. Beer drinking lovers bit more by mosquitoes. This was actual research done by real researchers, but it was kind of loosey-goosey. It was at a concert festival and stuff. Interesting outcome with that one. To be continued, I guess. More study is needed.
Honorable mention.
Getting the honorable mention this week, car sickness or motion sickness and a way to treat it through music. This is backed by science. According to the research, joyful music can reduce motion sickness symptoms by more than 50%. And the opposite, in case you want to torture somebody that you are driving with, if you play sad music, it can worsen the symptoms of motion sickness. Wasn't a very big study. It was 30 people in the study, but it involved hooking people up to EEGs and all that jazz. They were really doing the science with the sad music and the joyful music, and it does seem like there's something there, but of course, more study needed. It couldn't hurt to try, though, right? It couldn't hurt to try some joyful music the next time you're on a car ride. Or you could, maybe you don't want to, but put in your earbuds, play joyful music, and then ride a roller coaster 60 times in a row. Space Mountain. We're going to Space Mountain. It's for science.
Number one,
inspiring story. Actually, here's the quote. I want to inspire other ice skaters and performers to dream big and show them that everything is possible if we are brave enough to do it. That is the quote from a lady named Esther, who is from Hungary, an ice skater who now has the Guinness World Record for skipping or jumping rope in ice skates. Most rope skips on ice skates in 1 minute. The record is 136 in a minute, even without skates. 136 in a minute, pretty good. That's the video. I will share that in the show notes or click shownotes.page. Maybe it'll inspire you to break a world record. Maybe you'll jump rope while wearing some sort of costume. Maybe try that. Or maybe you'll jump rope wearing very comfortable shoes. I don't think that's a record, but let's start there. Just put on some comfortable shoes, jump a rope a couple of times. That's a start. I feel like I'm an inspiration. Okay, we're going to stop there. Thanks for checking out the show What a Weird Week, where we go back through the news of the week, pick out the fun, the interesting stories, the weird stuff. You can get everything we talk about at shownotes.page, and we'll be back next Friday with more cool, weird, interesting stuff on What a Weird Week. Hi again, friends. This is Scott again. If you listened all the way to the end, we have a bonus track for you now. Today, as we release this show, it is National High Five and Hug Day, which is uplifting. When you high five someone or hug them, generally, it's considered something nice, but once in a while it can be dangerous. And this is our song about that. It's called The Ballad of Never High Five Someone at the Toxic Waste Dump.
This is the story of why you should never high-five someone at the toxic waste dump. I was working at the toxic waste dump, minding my Q's and P's, when a big shot from head office stopped in to shoot the breeze. I commenced to start a high-five, he commenced to give a hug. I ducked and dodged, he tripped and lodged himself in toxic sludge. That was the day Mr. Dan Brule fell into the rendering vat. He's never smelled right ever since, and I feel bad about that. They say he grew a third nipple that day, but I have yet to confirm this. Ain't nothing wrong with hugs, no harm in nice high fives, until they both combine to ruin people's lives.